Good morning. Hey, I want to talk to you about analogic versus algorithmic thinking. Analogic thinking versus algorithmic thinking. Now, what are these two things? Two big words. First of all, if you're thinking analogically, what you're doing is you're thinking in terms of your existing frame of reference, right? Your experience, what you've learned from courses, from books, what you've learned from training, what you've been indoctrinated to believe is an acceptable or a reasonable solution to whatever challenge it is that you're facing. Now, this is within the context primarily of achieving a goal, right? But it's about achieving a goal that's beyond what you've currently achieved. And see, here's where the disconnect comes between those of us who move along in life reasonably, successfully. We take care of our families, we take care of our business, we do well at our jobs or our professions or whatever. We lead what we perceive to be good, solid lives. But for those of us that feel that, hey, I could do more, this isn't enough. This is where you need to make the quantum leap from analogical thinking to algorithmic thinking. And what is algorithmic thinking? Well, if you notice your brain, it works in patterns, okay? It works in patterns just like programs work in a computer, okay? Now, the programs in a computer or an artificial intelligence program, even if it's a learning program, progressively learning program, they all operate from a pre-existing piece of information. An analogic pre-existing piece of information. It's what has already been. And one thing I know about achieving anything beyond where I currently am is my thinking that got me to where I am right now is not going to get me to where I want to be. So this is where I dive deep into the algorithmic aspect of the equation as far as my own thought process is concerned. And my thought process relevant to this is not defined by my brain telling me what to do, but rather it's defined by what I refer to as the imaginative voices of inspiration, intuition, and instinct telling me what to do. Inspiration serving as an impetus, intuition serving as a guide, and instinct serving as more or less of a divine GPS. Because, when you first get inspired with something and then you come up with a plan to get it done, you know as well as I do, it's not perfect in the beginning. Well, it could be, but it normally isn't. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. You still proceed as if it's perfect. And if you proceed as if it's perfect, then what happens is you end up becoming instinctively guided, that divine GPS within you along the way that helps you to perfect the process. Because what happens is I'm inspired to do something. I get an intuitional guide or a plan, if you will. I take actions, but I take my actions as if this is absolutely perfect, as if this is guaranteed, as if in a spirit of absolute faith. And then I achieve a particular result. And then I stand upon the shoulders of that result. And from the shoulders of that result, I not only can see where I want to go, but I have a divine GPS that will instinctively guide me to the pathway that is appropriate for me, and then the process begins all over again. Maybe not more inspiration, but definitely intuition and further instinctive guidance along the way. You see, it's a progression toward the perfection of the path and the steps necessary in order to get you from here to there. And it's a redesign, if you will. It's a complete override of your algorithm or your analogical thought process. And to replace it is the algorithmic thought process that enables you to achieve stratospheric heights of accomplishment relevant to where you used to be or where you currently stand right now.